Imagine that you live in this big and beautiful house, and one day you walked into the bathroom, turned on the faucet, and realized, oh, the water isn't coming out as fast as it usually would. This could be because your water pipes have begun to leak, or maybe they've become clogged somewhere. Now imagine that this house is actually your brain and that those pipes are the blood vessels carrying oxygen and nutrients throughout the brain. Now, if there is any organ that we want functioning at its best, it's the brain because it controls every other process in the body. This unfortunately is not the case in the disease I study called cerebral cavernous malformation. It's a mouthful, so we always call it CCM. Now, in this disease, patients, young and old, suffer seizures, hemorrhages, memory loss, amongst other things, and the only way to treat them is through surgery, which is not always an option. Now you may be wondering, Favour, why does this happen and how can we help these people? Good question, because that's also what we asked in our research. How does CCM start? How does it progress? And how can we stop it? Using mice models and samples from these patients after going through surgery, we found some exciting things. That first of all, just like your water pipes, that the blood vessels become leaky, causing bleeding. Now remember that we really do not want the brain bleeding. To solve this, the brain in a process called coagulation causes the blood to congeal. This seems like a great idea, right? Unfortunately, it's not, since it also means that less blood, oxygen, and nutrients reach other parts of the brain, causing the cells to become injured. In addition, coagulation is able to trigger other harmful processes in the brain, and altogether, these just cause a worsening of the patient's disease. These findings were important because for the first time, we see a disease where both bleeding and coagulation are happening simultaneously at the same place. With this knowledge, we've begun to look for drugs and therapies that target these pathways. The hope is to find one that creates the right balance between bleeding and coagulation. Hopefully, with this, we would solve the patient's symptoms, at least resolve them, or even cure the disease. Thank you so much.